Okay. Looks like we've got an ad break active right now. So I will just get some stuff set up while we wait for everyone else to be able to join. Let's see. I'm still doing the battle wagon. Because, I mean, what else would I be doing? Although I might paint some of the accessories a little bit more tonight. Like the actual orcs might be cool to paint. So yeah, let's make that the goal. We'll actually paint the orcs.
Hello,
Hello.
chat.
Hello, chat.
Greetings, Pachama.
I don't think Pochon was able to hear quite yet.
Oh, why? The mic goes off?
Well, it's ads, unless Pochama has Twitch Turbo.
Oh, that's true. But I only had ads when I got on, and I don't have ads right now.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what it is then. Stream's all sorts of weird tonight.
It's true.
Had some issues getting live. I was like dropping a lot of frames. Oh, it's happening again. Oh, yay, again. That is very strange. Why is that happening? Let me make sure it's not a hardware issue. SSD is spiking. Ethernet's struggling.
I think it's because I'm running a local server.
A what now?
Technically, you have to run a local server whenever you host Archipelago games.
What is Archipelago games?
Archipelago is the system I use for Metroid Fusion randomizers.
Okay.
You have to make your own little server to connect to for the auto tracker to work. Do you think that's pulling network bandwidth?
Probably not. It's on your own device. This is very strange.
Sorry, sweetie.
Wonder if YouTube's doing it. No,
Everybody's doing it.
YouTube's streaming good. YouTube's handling it. Seems to be a Twitch issue. Ooh. Don't love that. Hopefully it clears up. We shall see, y'all.
We're gonna do our best. You know, just gonna take it one step at a time, be real chill.
Mm-hmm.
Be the chillest and the illest.
We'll try. I'm very disoriented after that start to stream. But I got new brushes. New synthetic brushes. Oh, hello. Welcome back. Hopefully the frame drops aren't too bad, y'all. I have no idea what's happening tonight.
Say welcome back, but who is chatting?
No one necessarily. Say hi regardless if people are there. That's just polite.
Oh, that is. I just didn't know if like somebody had popped in and tried to chat. And I couldn't
You can see
it.
the chat.
Well, I can. I was just trying to make sure that like the lag wasn't affecting how fast chat popped up for us.
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. So one of the new ones. It should look pretty familiar because it's a number 4 DaVinci bit, which is a thin synthetic brush. And I used the hell out of my old one until it completely lost its tip. I really liked it. So let's wear out another one, shall we?
Let's do it. Oh, damn. I have a 5 stream streak going.
Damn, nice job.
Thanks. I can't believe that all my time watching Spackle Grackle has paid off so much.
I can't believe you missed a stream.
I feel like maybe I was on a date or something.
Could have been.
I might have also been working.
Could have been. Okay.
You know, if you are also a devoted fan and you have 40,000 points to trade in like I do, you too can earn the ultimate Spackle Grackle experience where Spackle Grackle lives with you and mildly complains and makes nice food.
Mildly complains?
You came home complaining.
I had a bad day at work.
I know. I'm not saying that
normal.
That was bad. I'm just saying it is.
It is.
It is what it is, George.
I was in meeting all day that I didn't want to be in.
Spackle Grackle will also reference It's a Wonderful Life with you for some reason.
Yeah, it's true.
So
why are you shutting down the thing I was talking about?
Sorry, I don't know if you wanted to talk about work on stream.
Only a little.
Okay.
Only to say that I had meeting, it was not fun. Apparently that's a pretty universal work experience. It's not like I like meetings, but this one felt especially bad.
It's not like I like you or anything, meetings.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to get back from that energy-wise and do some painting. This is actually the first I've painted in weeks because of holidays.
Yeah, we've really been throwing off our whole fucking thing. More or less, we haven't really done any of this stuff in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I got home and I probably had a chance to do this over the weekend after New Year's, but I could have done this over the weekend after New Year's, and I chose not to because I was really tired.
That's what I'm saying, is like, technically, could that have been an option? Yes, but...
I made a choice. It was an option.
You made the choice to respect yourself.
Yeah, so anyway, I didn't do any mini painting because I was really tired, and I just played video games, which I don't actually play a lot of video games anymore. But I revisited Breath of the Wild, because you started playing it again when you got the Switch too.
It's true.
And I thought it would be fun to go through and like finish all the shrines on my original file. And I'd only done about 60 of them, so I went through, and over the past few days I've done the last 60. So I've done all the shrines now. I've unlocked a bunch of clothes and things. I've done so many of the things that I wanted to do in that game, and now I'm tired of it again, and so I put it away.
Grackle did 120 shrines, and all she got was this lousy shirt.
Yeah.
Literally. Because you get the wild set.
Yeah, you get to look like Link from the classic games.
Well, yeah, but it's like a fresh, modern spin on it, baby.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I did all that. And then I also played Animal Crossing, and I started doing some time travel to finish out the museum. Because I really wanted to finish the museum, and I really wanted to get the last golden tool, so I time traveled for the first time in my entire history of playing the game just to finish getting the golden shovel and get the last few pieces for the art museum.
She's traveling through time now.
And then I put that game away as well, because I, haven't played that in a few years. Yeah, it was cool. It was just like finishing old business, I guess. It's kind of fun.
Crackle said, old business is business.
Yeah. There's some yellow peeking through there from the paint I was covering up, but it actually looks nice, so I'm going to leave that.
I feel you.
I am just working over top of like old paint right now, and so the colors are going to be a little different than I'm used to, but I'm not going to go re-airbrush these just to do a little bit of painting. Ah. Oh god, my wrist sounds terrible when I do that.
Your wrist?
Yeah, it's like...
Oh no.
Crap. Ah! That should be enough black paint.
Spackle, crackle.
I keep squeezing the paint bottles too hard and just wasting all this paint. It's a problem. I'm a problem.
You use up all the good paint on purpose.
Yeah. Hello, Pochama. You brought out your Xbox after a year in storage. Ooh, okay.
Ooh, what are you playing? What are you playing?
What are you playing? Similar vibe. Similar vibe as me, I guess. Was it just the holiday seasons, or what made you want to get back into video games? For me, it was the holiday. And not having access to my painting stuff.
Yeah, you were like, I gotta do something.
Gotta do something. And then I finished editing my new video on Christmas. Go watch my new video, by the way. I did actually make one.
It's true, it's very good.
It was not very popular, but I feel like it's good, so go watch it.
You made a cult classic.
Yeah, the problem I'm running into is I keep making videos about myself and not enough people know me at this point to care. So, those ones are for the future. That's okay.
Yeah, they're gonna be the ones that, like, once you get a couple of other ones that people really get
those will be the
with.
sleeper hits for the real fans, yeah.
Yeah, like, they'll loop back around and they'll be like, oh my god. That's Grackle's real life.
Wow. I can't wait to find out, what the hell was my last video? Oh yeah, D&D minis.
Wow, I can't wait to find out that Grackle painted the spackle.
Yeah. It's true, I did do that. Alright, so this big shooter definitely needs a little bit more metal painted on it. So we'll have to do that. No Man's Sky, okay. Your friends wanted to play? That sounds fun. Yeah, I heard that game's like really good now. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Gaming with friends is always fun.
Yeah, No Man's Sky is one of those games that, like, unless you know that it's good now, everyone immediately when you bring it up is going to be like, what are you playing? You're playing that?
That game that flopped?
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost more popular now for being a sleeper hit than being a game that was bad on launch.
Yeah, it is kind of now the gold example of, like, game that had bad reception, game that is great now because they put more work into
and what I'm saying is, like, gamers, you know, are casual people gonna know what No Man's Sky is? No, only gamers are gonna know, and gamers are gonna know it's good.
It's true.
So maybe the narrative has changed.
Now, people are arguing that you can say the same thing about Cyberpunk 2077, and my counterpoint is that Cyberpunk wasn't good in the first place.
Wow.
So you can't improve on a terrible framework.
Wow.
I'm Cyberpunk's biggest hater.
Damn.
It just looks so goddamn boring.
Damn. Why are you hating on things?
Okay, so here's the
You haven't even played it.
Here's the other thing that I get really mad about with that game.
You haven't even played it. Why are you shitting on it?
Well, because I've seen enough to know why I don't
You're
want to play it.
alienating the fans, baby.
Oh yeah, you know, it's a lot of big Cyberpunk fans in the
There
chat
might be.
tonight.
You'll never know because you're shitting on it.
No, I'm inviting them to have a cool debate. Tell me about why you like this game that I don't like.
Not the energy I like.
It's not like it's not like I'm like a principal and I'm like, I don't really like strange.
You are in a position of authority. You are on the microphone.
Can I finish my thought at least?
Fine.
Anyway, the thing that I really have an issue with is the fact that that is a game that puts so much work into the whole idea of like character customization and making like a perfect cool character that you can really, you know, care about. And the problem is it's a first-person game.
A lot of first-person games have character creators, babe.
I get it, but like it's such a missed opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't really get to see yourself in the Cyberpunk, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, that's awesome that they have such a great character creator, but the unfortunate thing is that you're really not going to get to see them very much.
But also at the same time, why... Is this argument also not true of real life? Why do you put so much effort into your outfit if you play life first person?
Okay, people in Cyberpunk
wearing
don't
a
act
VR
differently.
headset and a fucking 3D camera on a selfie stick strapped to my back.
I'm pretty sure people in Cyberpunk don't act differently to you if you look or are dressed a different way. In real life, that stuff actually reflects on other people.
I guess that's true.
I don't know. I just wish it was better.
Okay.
Which I think everyone did at launch. Some
Okay.
people still do.
And it is better now, so you got your wish.
I don't believe you, and I don't have to.
Okay.
Instead, I'm simply going to choose to love Grackle. 397. 600.
Okay. That was always an option.
Actually chosen to hate Grackle.
Oh no, this is the one that don't like to mix. Ah, I didn't realize 2077 was first person. That's wild. Oh no, you agree. Oh no.
Yeah.
Too much. No, don't agree with Sam Stroll.
Good.
She'll never let me live it down.
Listen, I just think that that's a very baffling aspect of it. Like they really hyped it up a lot in pre-release material, and actually, part of the biggest issue I have with that game is related to the character creator. And then it's like one of those things that like, yeah, that's neat. Doesn't really matter that much because people can't fucking see it.
Oh, okay. Just feel like that's a wild take.
Because you're a coward.
Maybe. It's a little. That's a little. I just want to get a more interesting gray tone for the ants here. Yeah, it's actually decent right there. Painting goths is all about appreciating the many different tones of black. You gotta do something with them.
Just like in real life.
What the fuck are you on about?
I said painting goths is all about, like, appreciating
Oh,
the many
goths,
shades of
yeah.
black.
I was not following you.
Goths like black.
It's true. That's why they're called goths. It's a goth joke.
Is that actually why they're called goths?
Yes, they were invented in like the 80s.
Well, that's cool.
Goths were like in the zeitgeist at the time, so they thought it was funny. And
I
we
don't know
keep
these
that
things.
we keep that spirit alive, yeah.
Stop acting like I'm lacking basic knowledge.
You know about goths?
No,
I've told you about that goths.
not recently.
That's the clan I paint.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
That's why they're all black.
Understand.
I mainly paint goths. I've done a bad moon or two. But
How bad is that?
yellow is hard. Pretty bad. It's hard to paint yellow.
Damn.
Understand. Get some base coats finished up. Okay, other big news. If you're in my Discord, you'll probably already know because I was gushing about it. I am getting a new camera. Woo! So that it stops doing this trap.
Tell them what else they want,
Hopefully.
honey.
Hopefully it stops doing this autofocus trap, which is tough because I try to like. Here, let me see if I paint this. Oh, it's actually staying focused for once. That's wild. I just found that like a lot of my shots that I was putting in my new videos have just been like really out of focus and flat, and kind of sick of it. So I'm getting an actual camera, which I've wanted to do for a long time, and I've talked about a lot, but I've never done it. And I've never done it because it's expensive. And then I said, it can't be that expensive. Then I did it, and I was like, oh, that was expensive.
Tell them about the other new thing.
Other new thing. Yeah, I bought a capture card for the new camera, and I decided to future-proof a little bit by spending too much money. That's what future-proofing means. So I got an Elgato Camlink Pro because FOMO finally got me. They have officially discontinued it, but they're still selling it on their store until they run out of stock. And I really wanted it because it's 4 HDMI inputs, captures 4 inputs, so I could potentially put 4 actual cameras into this thing one day if I get really fancy.
Damn.
And I only wanted 2, but you can't really buy one that just does 2, so I was like, 4 is good enough. 4 is twice as many as I wanted, that's great. So anyway, I got that, and where was I going with this? Yeah, so I got that. And I went to install it in my new computer. I figured I'd use one of the open PCIe slots. And oh no, I forgot that I needed a ×4 slot, and I only had ×1 slots. I thought the ×1 slots were ×4 slots. They weren't.
Listen, it happens to all of us at some point.
And then I realized I also don't even meet the minimum specs for the capture device that I purchased with my current build. So rather than do the sensible thing and return it for like a normal cam link, which would have actually saved me money, I decided maybe it's time to upgrade the computer. So I decided to upgrade my computer too.
Crackle said, saving money's for chumps.
Saving money is for chumps. I decided to put money back into the stream stuff because I want to get better at it. I want to continue getting better at it, and I feel like I was hitting a wall with tech a little bit, and so I decided to hit back at that wall with lemons. So, anyway, that's how I spent all my Christmas money.
Oh yeah, I did give you money for Christmas.
A tale as old as PCIe time. Thank you, Torwin's Tabletop. Welcome, by the way. I don't think I've seen you before. Thanks for popping over on YouTube. Yeah, I feel like that is the ultimate PC enthusiast story. I mean, Samus Girl, you've had quite a few run-ins with that. In fact, the only reason I'm able to build a new PC so cheaply is because she has given me so many hand-me-down components to play with, because you got bit by the PC building bug pretty recently as well.
Yeah, I think it was because, so my workplace gets rid of their old technology on like a pretty regular basis. They're scheduled in through a technology grant to constantly be upgrading their stuff. And the biggest thing that they were trying to do was take away all the desktops that people had at work and
hey, Skaterella, thanks for resubbing.
Yay!
Sorry, go ahead.
And exchange them for laptops.
So yeah, you've been getting a ton of like surplus laptops to play with, desktops to play with.
Yes. So because of that, I was like, I'm gonna build me a PC. And then I went to go build me a PC with one of them, and it went horribly wrong.
Because it's like an OEM desktop, and it was a pain in the ass to deal with.
Well, it
Happy New
wasn't
Year,
just that it was-
Skaterella! Thank you so much
Happy
for
New Year!
resubscribing. It's good to see you again.
It wasn't just that it was OEM. The problem is that it was OEM HP, in a like a super small form factor type deal.
Yeah, it was very strange, and you couldn't work with very many of the parts easily.
Yeah, because the motherboard doesn't use an ATX power supply. It uses like a weird 8-pin power supply.
Which is also not like the server standard power supply. Everything was strange.
Yeah, the whole thing was weird. I did get it to work, but I had so many problems with it, it just kind of became not worth it, unfortunately. So yeah, it's really one of those things where, like, technically it worked, but did it really?
Not really.
Yeah, so I was very fortunate at the time. Actually, Grackle got me another motherboard, so I could use the other parts that I had already gotten.
The other motherboard.
Mother?
Hey, Skaterella, how you doing? Are you enjoying the college football playoff at all? I don't know. You seem to be more into college football than me. I figured I'd check in on that. Also, why am I not centered? There it is.
College feet balls.
How dare you call it that? That's messed up.
Isn't that what it is?
Feet balls? That's that is screwed up that you would even say that.
Am I wrong?
What the hell happened to you? Look at this. Look at this fucking Jimmy cap on my damn metallic paint. What happened to you?
Oh my god.
I put too much out. Oh,
What have you done?
oh, I'm wasting so much paint
Jesus
right now.
Christ.
What?
That's nuts. That cap. Factor cap, baby.
Oh my god. Where did that come from? I don't understand. Okay.
Came from letting the good times roll, baby.
The roll of the good times.
Came from a Rolls Royce.
Oh no.
It's a good time Rolls Royce.
Got him. Yeah.
But I got you.
Yeah.
'Cause
But anyway, I'm looking forward to building the PC probably on Thursday.
Yeah,
I'm a little busy tomorrow.
we temporarily dreamed the impossible dream a fucking half hour before we were supposed to start
Yeah, I was
today.
like, well, what if we just took all the old parts that I need from my current computer out, and then we rebuilt it really quick, and then we went live and built the new computer on stream. And then I realized I wanted to eat dinner slowly and not be stressed the hell out.
Yeah, the problem with that would have been that we needed to swap over the power supply
Yep.
and the cooler.
Because I'm taking the power supply from the old computer because it's modular. And I'm taking the cooler from the old computer because it's better than stock.
Yeah, what kind of cooler do you have?
It's just like a normal Thermaltake one, but it's still better than stock.
It's true.
I paid like $40 for it back in the day. I don't know.
God. You know, plastic heat sinks used to be a thing pretty much.
What?
Yeah, you know, like that little Cooler Master CPU cooler I have for the old computer.
Plastic heat sinks?
Yeah, it's
though? Are
basically
you
just like a
sure?
plastic fan. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Isn't that crazy that people used to do that?
Well, like the fan would be plastic, and then it would go on top of a little like heat sink, and yeah, it would do that as like the default cooler.
I don't think
that's
this one
what
has
the
that
stock
block.
cooler is. You'll have to show it to me. That sounds untrue. That's impossible.
Well-
Impossible, I say.
The thing you have to acknowledge with it is the fact that, like, okay,
No, what's up?
you know, it's the fact that I forgot what I was gonna say, Grackle, and you messed me up. All that stuff didn't used to give off nearly as much heat. Like, you know, graphics cards used to be like one small fan, you know?
Okay.
So really, you just needed to move the air. You're on air.
I am.
How it feels to chew 5 squirrels.
How it feels to chew 5 grackles.
you imagine?
I don't want to. No. I like those things. I don't want to chew them.
I mean, you could.
I said I don't want to, not that I can't.
See, the problem is that you think
Stay
too
with
small, lady.
Why do you hurt me?
Because I love you.
That doesn't make sense. You wouldn't hurt someone for love.
Tell that to, like, every coach anyone's ever had.
Oh, I forgot you were the athlete of the two of us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
I somehow keep forgetting that you weren't one.
Why do I strike you as just that athletic?
Well, we're so similar that, like, it's one of those things that I just kind of think about. Plus, I know that you did football.
I tried football for 1 year. It was not for me.
Yeah, and that's fine. I just keep forgetting that, like...
Too hasty by far. The football was not for me.
Too hasty by far.
Isn't that just like... I'm referencing this, like, old, like, diary that went popular on Tumblr,
Yeah,
if you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it's just like
know.
this teenager, it's like 16 or 17, and this is like in the 1800s, and he's talking about, like, I've done it, I've fallen in love.
And her name is, like, Dana or something. By the way, he's not a teenager. He's, like, in his 20s.
Oh, okay. So it's like a guy in his 20s pining super hard over, like, I guess a neighbor girl that he's got a crush on. And he's like, the McKinsey girl is for me. The McKinsey girl has got my heart. I'm going to confess my feelings to her. And then it's like 2 days later. Too hasty by far. The McKinsey girl is not for me. It's a life of
I shall throw myself into the sea.
Oh, I shall throw myself into the sea.
If the remainder of these pages be blank, know that I have succeeded in ending my own life.
Oh, God. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
It's so dramatic.
It's very dramatic. And then he keeps going on. He's okay.
Yeah, there's more pages in that diary.
It's one of those we've invented nothing type of posts is the thing.
Yeah, we're all just doing the same thing forever.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm okay with that.
We didn't invent getting rejected by the getting rejected, I guess.
We didn't invent simping, and we didn't invent getting rejected. We also didn't invent incels that needed to blog their lives.
Indeed. Yeah, that's kind of how that goes.
Sorry, random man from the early 19th century.
Yeah, sorry for calling random guy from the 19th century an incel. That's a little weird.
It's a little harsh, but is it wrong?
You're gonna say yes?
I don't know. He was rejected. Isn't that like what incels complain about?
I don't want to talk about incels. Can we move on?
All right, that's fair. Can we talk about the fact that, like, and it's kind of basically the same thing, where, a real, like, man, we're still in the same place type deal.
Yeah.
Newspapers used to, like, publish, New Year's resolutions advice,
Okay.
From the early 1900s, and it's literally pretty much just the exact same advice that they would give now.
They've just been republishing that article every year. It's just a freebie. It's the one article you don't have to write.
Yeah,
what's their advice, though? Hit me with it.
It was stuff like, if they have to gossip, let them gossip. Do not pay them any mind. Like,
I thought you were going to be like, don't try to lose weight by getting a gym membership on January 1st.
No, but it's, it's stuff like, don't listen to the critics type
work.
deal, and, like...
Don't listen to the haters.
Self-improvement is only real if like, there's a commitment behind it, It's like all that stuff. But there's actually an episode of Game Grumps used to have a show called Good Content, a show that I arguably like more than the 10-minute Power Hour, because Good Content just had a lot of weird stuff.
A lot of good content, you could say.
It genuinely did. You're making a joke, but like, yes.
I am. I'm also not.
They used to have a show called Good Content where they didn't really even know what the show was, which is actually, for a while, the show was called whatever the name of the show we're doing is. And there's an episode where Aaron and Ross go through, like, those newspaper New Year's resolutions from 1921 to compare them to, 2021.
Okay.
And they're literally just that. It's like the exact same advice that you hear now from people. So it's just one of those things where it's like, wow, we really are just the same people. Now we can do that faster over the internet. But yeah, anyway, here's my little bit about the fact that I really wish Game Grumps would bring back good content. 10-minute Power Hour is one of
Sounds
those
like a
things
complaint about...
I wish they would bring back the show, good content. The 10-minute power hour is great, but it's also really overstimulating and kind of messy. Good
Oh yeah,
content
the
was
messiness of it is really starting to get to me.
yeah, good content was a lot more chill. And like, for example, one of my favorite episodes was when they watched the videos from that 1980s newscast about the haunted Toys R Us in California. And basically just like picked apart why it was terrible.
Oh boy, I'm just trying to get this thing out of my face, but still be useful. Okay, let's try it. It's a little better. You can kind of see things better now. Anywho, we back.
We are back.
We is.
Anybody else watch?
We is. Oi, oi, oi.
We back. We is.
What? Hello, JD.
Welcome back to
3 stream streak.
Hi,
you,
JD. JD
Miss
lady.
you.
JD lady. Jaded lated?
Indeed. Hello, JD. I am just once again painting orcs, but these ones go on the battle wagon.
My orcs painted. My crops thriving. My crops are thriving. Stop.
My crops big. Stop. Your crops small. Stop. Send your best knights. Stop.
I'll smoke them all. Stop.
God, I love that video.
I do too, but we're gonna have to give some context on that one because that one's even more niche.
Yeah, that is a TikTok from like more than a month ago, so no one's gonna know what the hell we're talking about.
It's from 2 years ago.
Yeah, so did y'all ever see the guy who did like the like medieval times diss tracks or whatever?
No, so it was basically that he ran an entire TikTok account as if he was like
An
feudal
influencer who's also a feudal, like from the times of feudal lords, yeah.
Yeah, as if he was like a feudal serf, pretty much.
He was not a serf, he was a lord.
Well, I mean, he owned land, but he wasn't a lord.
That's
not like
what
Lord
being
Finnegan.
a lord is.
That's fair. Anyway, yeah, he did own land, so I guess he was a lord, but he was like a feudal lord, and he would have like a stream overlay for being on TikTok and stuff that would basically be chats from other people from that time period.
Yeah.
And he had beef with Finnegan, who was one of the other lords, and Finnegan wrote a diss track against him and Gort, and Gort's his serf. And it's incredible. And there's it's so catchy. And it's just so silly. My field is big, your field is small. Come bring your knights, I'll smoke them all. I've seen your maiden, she's peculiar. Brand new gold chains from my Julia. And then there's Gort, that little serf.
It pains me to say it, but that was fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I like those. I haven't watched those in a while. I hope that guy's not up to anything terrible.
I'm sure he's probably having a good time. I haven't watched TikTok literally in 2 years, so I wouldn't know. Because TikTok was ruining my mental health. And I was like, I'm gonna not do that.
And I haven't watched TikTok because you haven't sent me any TikToks in 2 years.
Yeah, that was the big thing, is I used to send you like 50 to 60 TikToks a day.
And those were the only ones I would watch.
Yeah. My favorite was the time that you were watching through all of those while I was frantically sending you more so that there wouldn't be an end.
Okay.
Do you remember that? You couldn't keep up with the speed at which I was sending them to you?
Oh. That's messed up. How did you do that?
Through a lot of skill and playing things at like hyper speed. Because I can process that fast.
Yeah.
And you were watching everything at regular speed.
So were you just sending me everything that you had, or like...
No, it was the stuff that I thought you'd like, but I was like watching everything super fast. Because it took you longer, because you had to watch the whole
Yeah,
video.
I was processing slow. Okay, just got a little bit of muscle highlighting on there. That's actually decent.
I am no one to judge, but I do decide your fate. Kill him slowly. Which is another fucking thing I quote all the time. I guess we're just talking about a lot of the quotes we do now.
You're talking about the quotes you do.
That's true.
I'm not really talking about that.
You literally talked about that thing from that newspaper in the early 1900s.
I haven't quoted that in a long time.
Quoted a lot, actually.
I certainly do not.
But what I'm saying is, like, it's the night we're explaining all these things that we usually say on stream.
I suppose. I suppose.
Yeah, the I am no one to judge, but I do decide your fate, kill him slowly line is from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. The Revenge of Coolers, The Reckoning movie. That actual movie, like, that actual Dragon Ball Z movie is bad. It's terrible. So they made it funny. And, you know, it's pretty good, but they basically added a character who was, I think, voiced by the guy who did Claptrap from, what's it called? Borderlands.
Oh boy.
And that was one of the things that was like one of his lines was he was like,
we have been watching the Sailor Moon Abridged lately.
Oh my god, that's been phenomenal.
That has been fun.
I have to go back and watch the second one though, because you and I were both not in a state to actually comprehend any of the jokes in the first like 15 minutes.
Yeah, we were tired.
And we were hungry. Like we were eating.
And these are
oh my god, we ate left no crumbs.
Yeah.
There's still a line that lives rent-free from that first Sailor Moon Abridged. And I think you know which one it is.
Yeah, I think so. Vague recollection of a line that is probably not stream appropriate.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Anyway, watch it. It's pretty good. Also, a little bit of fun history for those of you that are really into Team 4-Star and the stuff that they do. Megami33, who voices Bulma in Dragon Ball Z Abridged and voices Luna the Cat in their Sailor Moon Abridged, originally had her own Sailor Moon Abridged like 15 years ago, where she played Usagi, who's Sailor Moon. I keep forgetting that, like, originally when they brought Sailor Moon over, they changed everyone's names. Maybe they just changed the main character. Her name's Usagi, but they decided to call her Serena, which I guess makes sense considering, like, stuff you find out later. But
well, especially at that time for localization, they were really afraid of giving people non-American sounding names.
Well, the other thing about it too was Sailor Moon is one of those things that I like to hold up as the example of like the most peak like localization interference I've ever seen.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
So Sailor Moon effectively would rewrite episodes when they were dubbing them.
Okay. Yeah.
And like even add entire sections to it based on the footage they had available. They would basically do a like what did we learn thing at the end of every episode of Sailor Moon.
Right.
They tried to treat it like a children's show that had like morals and stuff. And like Serena would talk to the viewer at the end and be like, "We learned that self-esteem is pretty cool and you don't have to work out to feel good about yourself." Like,
but that's also what was expected of cartoons at that time.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, is like, but
so localization, I mean, especially then, was not just about making it literally translated into English, but also trying to make it more appealing to, American audiences. Ojama, you've hopped back to YouTube. Where does Sherwin-Williams come from?
What?
I don't know, but they're trying to cover the Earth, and that's got me concerned, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I guess that's true. But the thing about it is that, like, the story of the entire series totally gets lost when they did that. And that's the part that's, like, kind of weird. It just... Because they aired all the episodes out of order, too. Because they kept editing them. So the story doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's a little strange.
And a lot of people really like that original dub, because it is what they grew up with. But they redubbed it a couple years ago, and they actually showed everything in order, unedited.
Damn.
So you can watch it. Yeah, it was just such a weird choice. Such a weird period in American history.
Trying to get the eyes ready for the red. In just a moment. I don't get ads on YouTube. Ooh, good point. Good point. I shouldn't advertise that too much. I like when people watch on Twitch, but yeah, up to you. Thank you for watching either way.
Huh, dang. I didn't know that.
Alright, this is one of the new synthetic brushes I got. It's a quadruple zero.
Anyone else have any TV shows they really liked as a kid?
As expected, it's very small and easy to be accurate with, but it's also, well, I also kind of messed up on my approach there. It also dries out super fast. Gotcha. JD, Mr. Wizard, and David the Gnome. I think that's the recommendation.
I don't think I ever watched that, did you?
No, is that a cartoon? I've lost the plot a little bit.
My question was just if you had any children's shows that you really liked when you were growing up.
Yeah, I don't even know that one.
Yeah, I don't know that one either. You want to give us a bit of the rundown?
Like reruns and PBS stuff, and I don't even know that one.
You want to give us a bit of the rundown on that?
Yeah, give us the rundown, JD.
Sell it to me like I'm a boardroom executive.
Indeed.
Probably a bit older than y'all. I don't know. We look pretty young, but we're actually older than most people expect.
We're both around 30, so I think that still counts as young.
I mean, it is young, but a lot of people, I think, feel like we're in our... Oh, that's cool. It's a Bill Nye precursor.
Oh, nice.
I think that's pretty neat. Man, Bill Nye. What a show.
What a guy. What a science guy.
She said the line. Cut it. That's it. It's the end of the show.
Send it, wrap it, go to lunch.
It's like when people are like
Get
really excited.
Go to the premiere.
I gotta say, you know, people make fun of it, but I do kind of like sometimes when they say the name of the thing in the thing.
It is unironically kind of hype. Like when Timothy Chalamet says Dune in Dune, kind of great.
Okay, you can't make that joke because I haven't seen Dune, so I don't know if you're serious.
It's good. It's actually the same sequence that the Ducal Signet line comes from, and that part's cringe as hell, but him saying Dune and then everyone freaks out is actually kind of cinema.
Okay, I didn't know if you were like making a joke about that, like not actually happening in Dune.
No, he says Dune and then an entire crowd starts cheering him on.
That's kind of crazy.
Actually funny. It's actually crazy.
Damn. Mid-40s. David the Gnome was a cartoon. He was a medical doctor / herbalist kind of guy that lived in the woods.
Okay.
That sounds neat.
Witch. I like it. Hey, okay. I was just going for base coats, but this is more than good.
Was it like a cartoon or was it like a live action show? Oh, I'm so silly. You literally said that he was a cartoon in the thing.
Cartoon.
Yeah, Grackle and I both grew up watching a lot of PBS, so we definitely watched a lot of the PBS shows.
What is this? Some sort of spackle drackle? Indeed it is. Indeed it is, Pashama.
Man, I really gotta have both streams up so I can hear both sides of this conversation.
Yeah, just follow along. I don't know. Yeah, cartoon. The opening theme was great. Ooh, okay. You're on my server, right? Can you send that? I'll like listen to it later.
Yeah, slap on down that opening theme.
You know, I've gone so far on this one, I might as well finish out the little details. As is my right as an orc painter, I've also changed up the scheme a little bit. This is a much more black and gray sort of goth. I normally add a lot more leather tone to him.
Orc painter.
This one's gonna get a little bit of leather. Just for fun. As a treat. Right here. got on cross.
You know, you were also somebody who watched PBS as a kid. Do you remember George Shrinks?
Does George shrink?
It was about a kid who was like 4 inches tall or something, and he went on like adventures and stuff.
Not by the name, but I might recognize it still. I gotta be honest.
That's fair. His dad built him like a car that was like super cool.
Are you sure that's not Stuart Little?
No, yeah, it's definitely not Stuart Little.
Sounds like Stuart Little.
Although, funny enough, like that cartoon was originally a book, so I guess that there's that connection there.
Okay.
What?
I watched a lot of Clifford. But instead of a small man, that was a large dog.
That was also a book. A lot of children's shows get like made from books, which I think is interesting.
Yeah.
Which you know,
Okay,
also
I forgot about the shrinking kid. Oh, Pajama knows about the shrinking kid situation.
Yo.
Also, thanks, JD. I will definitely check it out later and let you know what I think. It's not something I can watch right now.
I'm glad somebody else knows what I'm talking about. Because it used to be perfect because I was super into Legos as a kid. I'm still into Legos, but like, I used to like play scenes from the show with my Lego guys because they were like the perfect size for it. Definitely. What else was I talking about after that? Oh, we were talking about Clifford and like children's books getting made into TV shows.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like the thing to do.
It's all the rage.
A lot of times they were pretty good also. Like, I don't know, all of the shows that were on PBS that were children's books were literally just, they made the book a show.
Yeah, I don't even remember what they did with Clifford. I don't remember any of the plot. I just remember that there was Big Dog and I liked it.
Yeah, well, you know, there's the girl and there's those other dogs, one of whom is voiced by Kel from Kenan and Kel.
There was a Big Dog and I liked that. Anyway, I was very young the last time I watched that show.
Same. I haven't seen that in forever.
I'm just telling you the level of media literacy I was at the time. I was like, Big Dog? Hell yeah. I like it.
There was, in fact, dogs.
More, please.
Hey,
is that Big Dog back on the TV yet? No? Oh, dang it. Well, let me know when he is.
Big man. Yeah, I'll say Legos if I want to.
That was the age where...
Because I do also say sheeps.
Fred Mackey coming in with the correction. I don't know who that is. Welcome to stream. Legos is the same as saying sheeps. Now, saying sheeps kind of funny. Sheeps is kind of funny.
That's why I say sheeps all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've never noticed that, but okay. That's nice.
It's one of those things that now you know
Welcome
you'll
to
never
stream.
be able to unknow it.
Gotcha.
God, you know, too, it was really weird because around the time when I was in middle school, there were a lot of like young adult books that were getting adaptations into TV shows also.
Let's paint another one here. Okay.
Did you ever read Edgar and Allan?
No.
Okay, it was like a children's book series about these two kids that were basically like hyper-destructive goth kids. They were basically like if the kids from the Addams Family didn't have parents.
Yeah, or manners.
Yeah, that too. And, you know, everyone else they lived in the town was like super normal. And it was basically just about that contrast. So it was literally like a young adult novel about the Addams Family kids with no manners. And they made it into a TV show, and the TV show's art style was really weird. Because they tried to do the same as like the book covers, but it just kind of looked like Flash animation.
Also, Craig says, as long as you know what's correct, I respect it. Or I respect saying sheeps. That's fair.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
It is pretty cute.
It's sheep's time.
Yeah, it is weird that Lego is also the plural.
It is weird.
I'm very used to saying Legos.
Sheeps.
Although I suppose I don't talk about Lego all that much anymore.
Yeah. Ever read Sideways Stories from Wayside School?
Yeah.
You know that got a TV show?
I do. I was already sort of aging out of some younger kids' cartoons by the time that premiered, but I think I watched an episode or two.
Yeah, I watched like a good bit of it. I
was like, the books were better, and then I stopped. I was at that age.
Well, you also weren't wrong. They had to change a lot to try to make it more accessible as like a format that you could kind of just drop into.
No, they changed things. I don't like things changing.
I don't like change. Which, yeah, honestly, I don't know. I feel like the show was still good, but more on its own, less so comparing it to the books type deal.
Okay.
Oh, I will say, and maybe I'll read it to you at some point. They did release a new Wayside School book, like a couple of years ago.
Did they? That's wild.
Yeah, it was Wayside School and the Black Cloud of Doom. Because Louis Satcher was feeling so burned out as an author after COVID that he's like, I'm gonna write a book about it. I'm gonna write a book about how children experience grief.
Oh, okay.
That's basically what it is. It's all about how, like, the kids are managing their negative emotions after being kind of, like, isolated for so long and then being able to go back to school.
Sounds like a bummer.
It's actually really good. Like, I will say, it sounds like it should be a bummer, but it's pretty good.
It's a little hopeful.
Yeah, that's the thing, is, like, you know, it's all about how kids can always find a way to be hopeful about something, especially when they can, like, see their friends and stuff.
All right, Lego and Warhammer are basically the same. Expensive plastic that looks like it's for kids, but really it's for adults with a disposable income. Now, you see, it's interesting you said that, because I was starting to get back into Lego a little bit. Like, you were buying Lego sets for me and stuff. And part of the reason I was like, man, I should really try Warhammer again, is I will just bust out a Lego set in a one sitting. It doesn't matter how big it is. Like, you have to spend so much money on Lego to get to a point where it's actually a satisfying hobby experience, or you have to get into like mocks or whatever, which are also a money pit.
Yeah, that was the biggest problem, was that I would buy you like a $50 to $60 Lego set and you'd be done in 2 hours. And
yeah, I'm built different. So anyway, I was kind of like, yeah, well, if I get this model kit and it takes me like hours upon hours to paint one, to do one, that's kind of ideal, actually.
Yeah, it was really just finding the thing that's going to keep you busiest the longest and also give you the same kind of enjoyment.
And this is much more satisfying because I feel like I've done something. I'm expressing myself, where Lego is just like, when you're just building sets, it's just following instructions.
Yeah.
And I knew I didn't want to get into the whole world of like custom creations for Lego, because that's such an expensive medium.
The other thing too was that at the time,
ironic to say, but still,
you already had a lot of this stuff. I do. Warhammer.
Yeah. Well,
because
I have a lot of the supplies, because this was after my initial excursion into it, and then I sold all my daemonettes, but I still had a lot of my painting supplies. That's true.
Yeah, because it was around the time when you were unemployed, and I was trying to find cool stuff for you to do.
Actually, all these game color paints on my desk right now are all from like 2023, 2022, when I first got into Warhammer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I still had a lot of this stuff. I mean, a lot of it's new now, obviously, but I had a lot of it. Okay. He's looking greener. There's some yellow underneath, but that's fine. That's honestly good underpainting. Good job, Past Crackle, for
Thanks, Past Crackle. You're welcome, Crackle.
If anything, this is showing me that on the other ones that were yellow underneath, I probably should have gone easier on the first few layers, because the yellow poking through actually looks pretty nice. Maybe underpainting is actually good and something I should learn how to do. I've just always kind of hated it conceptually.
How long do you think it takes an average person to go through and build a whole Warhammer kit? Like, I know it varies based on the size of the kit,
Well,
but I was just thinking about that.
What do you mean a kit? Like,
so, I don't know, we were just talking about how, it only took you a couple of hours to build, a bigger Lego set.
Yeah.
How long does it take to put everything together and, give it a paint job, you know?
That's a good question. I think I probably spent, when I did my Orc Boys last time, or, I don't know. They're all a good, couple of hours if you're going fast. If you really get in the groove of it, I can build a whole kit effectively in, an hour or whatever. But if you're going really careful, it can take a couple hours just to build them. And then painting them is, I probably spend, on smaller minis, at least 30 minutes on them, and a few hours with larger ones. Yeah. I struggle with the whole painting aspect of the hobby, so this is motivating. Oh, that's really good to hear. Yay! Actually. That's really delightful. I love to hear that.
Yeah, it's always fun to feel like you have a hobby buddy, you know?
Yeah, that is the fun of doing these craft streams. I started watching a few of them, but mostly it's just for me to have people to talk to while I'm hobbying also, which is very nice.
It's the ultimate parallel play.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, painting is a thing that I've been interested in, and I'm finally starting to get good at it, I feel like. Well, I've been okay at it for a while, but I feel like I'm finally starting to really hit a stride with it and starting to experiment again, and I feel like that's good. You know, a lot of what I've done, and I should grab some of these, is actually really basic. Here's an example.
Also, you should throw the Nico cam on. He's on the desk. Yeah, he's been there the whole time.
Nico, hello.
He's been looking very
I
soft.
forgot about you. I'm sorry.
He's a soft boy.
He is a soft boy. It's my cat. Hold on, let's get the cat on screen. Fladrin, hello! And if you're getting every mold line, it takes about 3 days for a squad. That is true. If you're doing all the mold lines, if you want to be perfect, it's gonna take you days. I mean, hell, I've got this shock jump dragster that I was building for a diorama project. I was thinking about making it for Golden Demon this year, but I decided I wanted to put my priorities elsewhere. So Nito's kind of facing away from the camera, which is rude.
God, we really are getting close to Adepticon, huh?
We are. It's nuts. I register this weekend. So I decided against doing that because that's just not how I want to spend my time. But I wanted to army paint, and so here's an example of like an army painted model, right? So this is super basic. I wouldn't consider this done. So like this is what I purchased. This was pre-painted. This is just all dry brushing essentially, and I've just gone back and done a little bit of like freehand here, which is honestly rough. That needs some love. But this is like a battle ready sort of level Craig, which is what I did a lot of painting for in the last year, because I wanted all of my stuff just painted to some standard, and then I figured I'd come back in and make it fancy later. So it's just like, you know, a few main colors. The skin is base tone and a wash, and yeah, it doesn't really have edge highlights or anything. There's not a lot of highlights anywhere on the skin. It's a little blah, but when you have like 100 of them on the table, it looks really nice.
When you said that the skin was a base tone and a wash,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, because I was only half listening to it, my brain just imagined a scenario where, like, you go to the dermatologist and they just look at your skin and they're like, okay, so that's a wash.
It's a wash. And then, so like this is very achievable. Like if you just move quick or if you just focus on keeping things clean, this kind of looks bad up close, but when you put a bunch of them on the table, it's very passable. It's actually very nice. Go away in my case. Thank you. My carrying case that I built actually is all that nice. As it turns out. Spoilers. So then this is some other ones I've painted, like this is Zogrod. This is a character that I painted to a much higher scheme. I did this on one of my streams last year. And he's looking pretty sweet. This was like 2 hours. I moved pretty quick on this guy. So this is like more effort than nothing, but you could even go further than that if you really wanted to. Same deal with my war boss here. Very good for tabletop. You know, maybe not display level. And then these guys, like, I feel like this runt herd looks really nice, honestly. I need to do more stuff like this. This runt herd's gorgeous. Maybe I should be airbrushing my skin tones again. That looks nice. And then I have occasionally gone back and like really messed with the skin on some of these to highlight them more. And then you end up with something like this, which looks really nice. Anyway, very mixed bag of quality is what I'm gonna say, but it's all game ready. And then the hardest I've ever gone on a single model has got to be this one right here, which this is a Sagittar for Leads of Votan. And I probably spent 2 months just painting this model, and like, oh my god, it's still one of my best ever. This is probably my best ever model because I've just put so much damn effort into it. I painted all the cockpits and stuff. I even painted like the lines in between the glass. I made a full interior for it even though you can't really see it. I painted the bottom. I don't know. Like, look at that. Look at the bottom of this door. I forgot. Look how hard I went on this. This isn't even visible. Anyway, I really like that model. I guess that's all to say. It's possible to achieve great things right away because there are so many great paint teachers on YouTube. and you should just go for it, because even if you do very basic techniques, which is kind of what I do at this point, honestly, I don't know, you can still do cool stuff. So having too large of a pile of potential, thousands of pounds of dollars still sealed in boxes. You're going by, you can play unpainted, but you can't play with unbuilt. That's fair. That is fair. And, you know, the funny thing is you really don't lose too much value by building them or whatever, so try not to feel too bad about it. I try not to have too many unbuilt models laying around. I really only have,
Also, hello, Faldrin. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, Fladrin. Welcome back.
Sorry, I'm bad.
No, it's cool. I think I said hi earlier. I think I only have like 4 commandos that I really want to build, which will just give me more options for playing those in 40k. And then I've got like 5 more that I want to use as extra bodies whenever I buy a box of tank bustas. That's what I've got in my pile right now. Otherwise, I built everything else as an Orktober project. Oh, ads are popping. See you in a second, Twitch people. Sorry about that. They forced me to play ads. Yeah, I really like the orange on that Sagittar, honestly. Thing about this is the way you get a really bright orange like this is actually ivory underneath. So most white paint like this here is actually blue tinted. And you can't really tell that looking at it, but this is actually a blue tinted white. And so when you put a warm color like an orange over a cool color like this, it kind of saps the saturation of it, and then you end up with like a really desaturated looking orange. So how you get around that, there it is, how you get around that is this, which is just ivory colored primer. So I did ivory colored primer on this entire thing. You could also prime the whole thing like black mixed in with a little bit of red, like magenta and black, like your printer always runs out of. And then you could do that underneath and then do a zenithal up to like an ivory, and that would probably work pretty well as well. Or like a brown up to that ivory white would look pretty cool. Undercoating is fun. But yeah, like that's the secret to getting really bright colors like that. I also screwed around with these guys recently. I tried painting some knobs as Bad Moons. Not the cleanest paint job, but I also got a pretty good bright yellow here. Hello, Rayback. All right, let's pop out over and see what Vlad was saying. Game ready. If we painted every mini like our boss captain, we'd never get anything done. Yeah, about an 80% solution, that's for sure. I feel like a lot of my battle ready stuff right now is maybe more at like 60%. I feel like I want to take it a little further to at least have all the symbols done and, you know, maybe do a little bit of edge highlighting. That's the funny thing is I actually kind of like edge highlighting. Check this baby out. Like, I've been edge highlighting this battle wagon, the main body of it. I'm painting the characters for it right now. But like, it actually looks pretty sweet. I gotta admit. And then I tried out this new metallic technique that I think I got from a $1 Billion Clown Farm video, where it's just like brass dry brushed underneath and then like gunmetal and then silver in progressive dry brushes over the top, which just gives so much depth to the metal. I really should have done that everywhere on this model. It looks fantastic. I need to do more things like that. Not too many models. My wife fully convinced me to get 3 combat patrols, a Baneblade, and something else that was just the last 2 days. Good lord. Is your wife also interested in Warhammer? That is wild. I'm glad she's encouraging you to be into the hobby. That's as long as it's financially okay for you.
Yeah, I won't let Grackle do that.
This is true.
Not because I'm controlling, but just because sometimes she needs someone to be like...
I do need someone to help me control that dog in me sometimes.
Yeah, well, because especially too, you'd be like, oh man, I found this really sick lot of all these discontinued orcs, and I'm like, okay, how much is it? And you're like, $400, it's a steal, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I did that once, and I got so many orcs. I'm still painting them. That's actually where this battle wagon came from.
I will say that, yeah.
I did buy them. That's where this battle wagon came from, and I'm still painting that lot a year later, dude. Like,
it's more than a year, yeah.
No, it was a year ago. I got it last January. But yeah, I got that as a Christmas present for myself last year, and I'm still painting it. That's what most of my army is, and that's been really fun.
I'm still painting it up.
But I kind of discovered through that process I actually prefer building my own models, which is an unfortunate thing to realize because that's a more expensive way of doing the hobby. But as it turns out, the average person building a model is normally just doing it to get it on the tabletop. And I don't know, I guess I'm just kind of picky.
Get it on the
And
table.
I really like to have a nicely done pose, and I want to make sure my like mold lines are all gone, and I'm just looking for something kind of natural and lifelike with the posing that so few people who build their own, so few other model builders I found do. I'm very particular is what I've noticed. So I try to buy models new on sprue as much as possible so that I get that part of the hobby as well, because I do like building models. Ooh, she has at least 2 of everything in Votann that isn't an epic hero. I think she has 5 Capricuses. I don't know what a Capricus is. Happy, oh, hi, Antoine. I'm so sorry, it is not my birthday. Why did my stream title revert? Thank you for, what is this? I did not go to intermission. Thank you. So sorry, I did not realize that didn't I thought I'd updated that. 1 second.
I wish Nika would face the camera.
I must have forgotten to update this after I had all my OBS problems. Ah. I'm so sorry, Captain Antoine. You can leave if you want to. I'm sorry I deceived you. My last stream before I left for the holidays was my birthday stream. That was back in December. So thank you for the belated birthday. I'm so sorry I misled you there. This is just my, hey, I'm back from the holidays sort of stream. But if you stick around, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry for lying. Oh, fuck.
You didn't do it intentionally.
I didn't do it intentionally. I was having so much trouble getting stream started. Oh my god. Like, I was messing with my computer, to be honest. I put the old graphics card back in because I'm building a new computer soon. But that meant my drivers were screwed up. And then, yeah, it's, yeah.
Yeah, because the big thing about that, too, is that you used to have an AMD card.
I did.
And the one that you have now that you like to use is a NVIDIA one.
Yeah, my AMD graphics card, if any of you are PC enthusiasts, was a R9 Radeon R9 290. If you want to look that up, that's a really bad graphics card these days. It's the new quad byte. The new one. How does she have 5 of those already? That's nuts. All right, your wife is a bigger Votann fan than me. Sorry to say, Craig. I'm also talking to YouTube chat. I dual stream over here, Captain Antoine, just so you know. If I'm ever talking to people who aren't in chat with you. Yeah, I wanted to try out Votann because I really liked their vehicles, and that's why I built the Sagittar. I also built the Hearthkin Salvagers kill team. But I decided against them as a faction just because I didn't love the lore as much as Orks. Few people have lore as good as the Orks, that's for sure. But, what was the other thing?
It is really funny. Every single person that I've ever met that plays Orks does it for the lore.
They're so funny.
Yeah.
What was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh gosh, I'm forgetting. Because I'm slopping paint around, I'm getting distracted by that. But yeah, I really liked the orange and white color scheme for him, which seems very popular.
Oh, it was because you were talking about your graphics card.
Graphics card. Oh yeah. Then I got talking about Votann. I'll talk about new PC in a second. But yeah, Votann, I think they're cool. I really liked their technology, and I was kind of bummed that the model range didn't have more models like the Sagittar. Yeah.
Sorry, hold on a second. My sister just sent me a text.
Okay. Is it something to share on stream, or is it like a family emergency? Oh my god.
No, it's something I could share.
Okay, what up?
Apparently, there is a new, like, state-sponsored anti-vaping ad that plays on Hulu, and it was filmed at my high school.
Oh boy.
My sister just texted the family chat and was like, it looks exactly the same!
Well, damn, alright. You'll have to show me that later. That's funny.
Yeah, I will.
Damn. Okay. Where are we going? But yeah, I just was bummed there wasn't more models that looked like the Sagittar. I mean, even the Land Fortress is cool, but like, I don't know. I just couldn't get into the rest of them. They feel a little too much like Space Marines right now.
Space Marines.
And if I was to paint Space Marines, I don't know what I would even paint, is the thing. I might try it. I kind of want to do like an Iron Warriors like kill team, because I think Iron Warriors I think they're really cool, funny enough. Iron Within, baby. And if I was gonna paint anything for, it would either be Raven Guard or Raven Wing, which I made a joke about in a recent video. I might combine them into Raven Wing Guard, because Raven Wing by far has the cooler aesthetic and lore, but Raven Guard is actually like a full faction, kind of. So I don't know what I want to do, but I like birds. I like birds, baby, and you know.
Crackles the I Love Turtles kid.
Oh, Craig, you moved over from YouTube. Okay, cool. Welcome, and thank you for the first time chat. Oh wait, you also followed.
Hey, thanks,
one
Craig.
follow equals one race, baby. Thanks for coming over to Twitch. I have a dumb tradition where I'm building this sushi model one follower at a time.
I don't think it's dumb. I think it's sick. I think
It's pretty
cool.
sick. And I'm gonna open a new bottle of cement because I just turned that one into Sprue Dew.
Squirrel go.
Sprue Dew. Acha.
I don't know what sprue go.
It's dew you made with the sprue.
Really?
Yeah, you basically just melt your plastic in glue, and then you end up with like a plastic slurry that you can use to build models with, and it helps get rid of like modeling gaps. There's your rice. Thank you for being part of my follower sushi.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I've messed with it a couple times, but I just never enjoyed it. And then I saw like a Ninjon video, and he talked about how to use it, and I was like, oh, I was doing this wrong. I guess I'll do what he's doing, and I'll try it again. And so I've been making it, and I still don't have the consistency right. So
It's like those videos that are like top 10 things you're doing wrong.
No, he's not like that. He's a painting YouTuber, and he's just makes really good tutorials. And he just had one. He was like showing his model building process for his newest Golden Demon one. I was like, oh, that's how you use Sprue Drew. Oh, I was doing it wrong. I'm a fool. And
You are no
anyway,
fool.
it inspired me to make some more.
You are simply a silly goose.
So yeah, gonna do some Sprue Dew. She's very into her dwarves, and the Votan are just space dwarves. That's fair. They are indeed space dwarves. But yeah, I really like the Ravens and the birds, not the football team. And
that's what my brain immediately went to. I was like, I don't remember you liking the Ravens.
I do not. And then yeah, I don't know. So I feel like I'd want to go with one of the Raven-themed factions or Iron Warriors because they're just funny and they have really cool-looking vehicles. But like, here's the thing: I already paint grungy-looking vehicles. I already paint things black. So why the hell would I pick any of those factions? You know, there's no painting variety there. Am I gonna paint like white stars? Paint a lot of white? That would probably also be very boring in the same way.
My Sprue Goo's so thick, baby.
Shut up.
That's not mine.
God,
that's a chat line.
Why? You went over to YouTube to say that. That's fucked up. Okay. That's not allowed on Twitch. You went over to YouTube to say that. Damn, man.
You were like, I'm
What'd I do to you?
Here for forbidden comments.
Absolutely forbidden comments.
Absolutely diabolical forbidden
Diabolical
comments.
play. I see your game.
Game recognizes game.
Yeah. What the hell was I talking about? Emperor's Children offers some colorful options. Emperor's Children are cool. I don't love the horror, like the Hellraiser sort of aesthetic. I wanted to like Emperor's Children so much, but then I saw the new models and I was like, eh.
Aren't we all not the Emperor's Children?
I would be into painting Emperor's Children in 30K. Like before they get all fucked up and nasty. I want to paint Emperor's Children how they think they look. And that would be 30K for them. So if I paint a 30K army, it would be probably Emperor's Children. But yeah, honestly, I don't know. I might play, if I paint anything, it might be like Blood Angels, just because red is an interesting color I don't paint very much of. It could also be fun to make like a corn army one day, because I do like being aggressive, and orcs are honestly, as I'm learning, more of a control army in 10th edition. Which, if you're trying to play to win, they're a control army, I should say. And if you're playing them aggro, you're just like flipping a coin to see whether or not you have a good time. So I'm a little bit too much of a spike to do that, I feel like. Anywho, maybe I just want to shadow box and, you know, shadow box with myself in the corner while my opponent
That's
plays
me
and
in
do
the
do what corn do, you know?
That's me in the boxing. I've been banned from boxing.
Although, if being honest, if I was going to get a whole other army, would I really just get like 2 or 3 melee pressure armies? Like, I don't know.
Oh god. By the way,
Is that how I want to live my life? Melee pressure or nothing, baby?
could be.
Seems foolish.
Just because I just mentioned boxing, did you know that Jake Paul got banned for life from boxing?
Oh, is he the one that got his jaw broken?
Yeah.
Why did he get banned?
I think I think it was because he admitted that the fight that he was in was totally scripted.
He was scripted to get his jaw broken?
No, he was scripted to win, because like how he did the Mike Tyson script thing that people couldn't prove for the longest time.
But he was scripted to win and the guy broke his jaw?
Yeah, well, he totally ignored it. He was like, great, thanks for the money, and then just beat the shit out of him.
Holy crap.
And I respect for that, first and foremost.
That's nuts. That is nuts. Imagine that. Wow, I don't want to talk about celebrity drama too much, but what a turn of events, man. That's...
Yeah, and then after that, Mike Tyson came out and was like, yeah, our fight was scripted too. Like, I should have just done what you did.
Damn.
Which is just kind of insane. Like, imagine, you know, building your career off of fights that you paid for, and then because of that getting banned after you, like, basically couldn't even box anymore.
Wow.
Because when you're at a point where you need a titanium plate in your jaw, there's no way you're ever boxing again.
Damn, man. Well, that is some wild stuff. I did not keep up on these things, so thank you for updating me.
You're welcome. Just as an addendum to that, the funniest thing to come out of this was that Logan Paul, who does WWE, was like, man, I want to see that guy who broke my brother's jaw in the ring. In WWE, we don't do no scripts. And it's like, this is notoriously the most scripted like sports event of all time.
Well, the kayfabe is that you don't say that it's scripted, but we all know it is. That's a very weird thing to say.
Yeah, like they write seasons of wrestling. Like it's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's famously scripted. That's very interesting. Very interesting move there. What the hell? Okay, but chat, seriously though, given my criteria of maybe not a melee pressure army and maybe colorful, what would I paint, if anything else? Orcs do got my heart, I gotta be honest. I would almost much rather just like build a Speed Freaks army than build like anything else than build Blood Angels if I want to paint red. I'm kind of ride or die for these guys. But if I were to defect and go to a inferior faction, which one would it be?
Spoken like a true orc.
Sound off in the chats. If I wasn't being logical like an orc, where would I go?
Are there? All right, this is
Eldari. You know, they are very colorful. They're a very different play style. They've got the wraiths have a very cool face because it's just like a bone face. I like that.
Ooh,
I like that. Cool. Harlequins are cool. I would probably freehand the Harlequining because I'm like that. That could be fun. Fun trick to impress myself and the ladies, I guess. Hey baby, check this out. Freehands Harlequin pants. Anyway.
You know, you joke, but we know people that would be like, oh, really?
I don't think I know anyone like that, but thank you.
Well, we have friends that like do D&D nerd like miniature stuff, so like doing that kind of freehand work would be impressive.
I suppose so.
Let me hype you up.
Yeah, Eldari are cool. Oh, I got Eldari from Ravik as well. Eldari are a nice faction, so I'm currently building. See, they seem interesting. I was thinking about them for a bit, to be honest. They do seem like a cool faction.
Really gotta, like, have you sit me down at some point and explain all these different factions.
Oh, you know what I should paint if I was to start something else? Really go for it. Gloomspite Gits.
What are
Because
those?
Gloomspite Gits are an Age of Sigmar faction. Now, I've played a little bit of AOS. I have played AOS as far as, like, I've played Cruel Boys in AOS because I got a Dominion box at some point, and I played their Spearhead, and that was a good time. But, you know, I already get to paint orcs. I would maybe want to paint some of the hero models from them because there's like orcs riding on giant vultures and that's cool as shit. But I might want to paint one or two of those guys at some point. But one of the orcs that rides a giant vulture, to be clear, I might want to paint that at some point. But I feel like Gloomspite Gits are so fun because Grots are like one of my favorite parts of the orc army and orc lore, and they don't really get to shine all that much in 40k. But they have a whole faction in AOS where it's like grots, trolls, giant squigs, and that's it. That's it. It's all just goofiness. And my understanding is that it's a very large and expensive army. So, I'm already there, baby. So I'm not in any rush to pick up another game or another army. I'm doing orcs right now. And I just bought a camera, so I gotta chill the hell out. But
People will tell you gotta chill, but you don't have to listen to them.
no, I'm telling myself to chill, and I do need to chill, so I will chill.
I know. I'm
Is that chill?
Oh, good care.
Could be chill. Could be chill.
Chill.
Yeah.
How's Nico doing over there?
Nico is doing good. Hopefully everyone heard my story about the new camera. I'll keep it brief. I purchased a new camera and I'm excited about it. So that because my camera keeps doing shit like this and going out of focus. Get in focus. Thank you.
New camera also means we basically had to buy our whole new PC.
I screwed up the capture card situation a little bit, and I decided to chase money down with more money, which is always the right thing to do. And I decided just to do a PC upgrade anyway, to make a PC that can work with the capture card I wanted to buy, rather than the other way around, which is a silly of me, but whatever.
And the thousands of dollars that we get from Twitch every week help fund that.
Yeah, the thousands of dollars I get from my 5 loyal Twitch viewers right now. Thank you all for being here. It's definitely what's paying for that.
5 people on Discord, 7 people on Twitch. Thank you all so much for watching and being a part of this.
Yeah, I think my microphone interface alone probably is taken down my tax burden for the Twitch money from last year. But I am really trying to invest into it and make my setup even better and, keep getting better at this thing because I really do enjoy doing it.
Yeah, and you're good at it.
Thank you. But yeah, I was just like, I made a video about painting, and I tried to make a video in October about painting, and I just didn't like how my footage looked. Oh man, I just didn't like how my footage looked. So I'm trying to make it better now.
I feel you.
That's what's going on with me. Where's my tiny brush? Where's the littlest paintbrush? There it is. I think you've got a healthier view of the hobby by not having many unfinished models. That's fair.
Yeah, you have always been very conservative in that mindset.
I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, So I have the streaming is also a hobby. So, I've got multiple things competing for my attention and my finances, to be honest. So like, that does slow down how much I can just splurge on Warhammer. But I also just like, I get so much satisfaction out of finishing projects that having a bunch of open tabs just messes with me. So I really like the satisfaction of just being able to close things out.
I feel like the top 3 things competing for your attention and your finances are Warhammer, Nico, and me. Oh, he's got the sleepiest look on his face.
I do sometimes just go a little wild and buy help you buy a Switch too and stuff like that.
It's very sweet of you, and I love you.
Love you.
Also, he's like sleeping, sitting up. It's so cute.
That is very cute. But yeah, I try not to have a lot of unfinished models just because I mean, I'm an engineer, so it's not like I'm struggling right now, but I am trying to have a decent budget and like, have money for important things in life and pay back student loans and all that fun stuff. And I'm trying to have the stream, and so that makes it hard for me to spend all my money on Warhammer. And I have like this fiance and stuff, so like, I'm trying to be balanced with it. So having unfinished models is just kind of like I try to have the mindset of like the models, there's always going to be models to buy. Even if there's like a box set or whatever, you don't really save money by spending money. So even if a really good like box set comes out, that itself is not a reason to buy. Because like, if I had bought, I could have bought the Orc box set that came out last Christmas, right? And maybe I would use those models. But like the time value of money is the thing, right? Because having that money in my account was more valuable to me than spending it and having it sitting on a shelf. Sure, models might get more expensive later, they always do. Discount boxes are infrequent, they always seem to get worse, but like, I don't know. It's okay to stock up, but I always like to like run through the backlog before I restock again. And I guess right now I've got very few unpainted models, but I have some partially painted ones. The ones that are unpainted are like Gazgul, a Big Mech, 10 Ludas, the new Red Gobbo Christmas model. Those I'm going to spend some time on, and then whenever I get back to doing the diorama project with the Shock Jump Dragsta, that's going to be months. So yeah, the plan for next year is like actually... The goal for next year is actually try to play with the orcs a lot and not buy very many orcs. Which, caveat, if the orcs are the launch box, I will buy a launch box and I'll probably try to trade the Space Marine half locally to get a second orc half. And then I'll have like a stupid amount of orc models anyway,
All in on the orcs, baby.
I will have an absurd amount of orc models if that happens and I pull that off. But yeah. That would be wild. That would be that's about all I want to spend on orcs in the foreseeable, at least for like 6 months or so, while I work on other things and try to eye other projects, and we'll see from there. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I'm hoping to not buy anything until the launch of 11th edition, if I can avoid it.
I didn't even know that was coming up.
It's not official yet, but it's pretty well known that they do a 3-year release cycle. So it's expected to be announced at Adepticon.
Oh, dang, yeah. So you'll be like first in line.
I could go to the premiere show, but I don't want to. That's not gonna be my scene.
You're gonna have stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to. I can just look up that stuff on my phone. I am not really big into the reveal shows. Oh, that's another way to not spend a bunch of money on models that you're not gonna paint. Don't keep up with the reveal cycle. There you go. That easy actionable advice. Just don't.
Don't do it.
If a good model is gonna come out, you'll find out about it. You don't need to do all the rumor engine stuff. You'll be fine. Just, models come out and then they're available for like 20 years, and if you want them, you'll get them, I'm sure. And it's fine. So that's what I tell myself.
It's like the exact opposite of Lego, which are only available for like 6 months.
Yeah, and I make exceptions for stuff. Like I bought an Uthtak Blackhawk because I read that book and I really liked that character. And that is actually a limited edition model. So I bought one of them and he's on my shelf. He needs to be painted, but that's a little bit FOMO, but that's also different because like I really like that character and I want to run him as a war boss in my army. So like there's exceptions to every rule, but yeah, I don't know.
Freckles said no FOMO.
Hopefully this is interesting to talk about. Then 2026 happens, I hear you. And then I have 3 combat patrols for 3 factions. Wild.
That's what that means. I was like, what is CPs in this?
Combat patrols. Yeah, or command points. But yeah, okay.
We captured a command post.
3 combat patrols is interesting. At least you can like play them against each other. What factions, by the way? I know Eldari. Probably Votan. What's the third one? It's funny though, if you look at like the last Orc value box that came out, it's basically everything that we're expecting to get like discontinued in 11th. I don't think the Stomp is going anywhere anytime soon. I hope not, but I'd still like to buy one of those someday. But those are also a model that's so numerous out there that like I think I'll be fine. If they announce it's going away, I'll just snap one up and it'll be fine. It's easier for me to list the armies I don't have. Okay. But I like to hear about the things people do like. So what armies do you have? It's cool.
What are your favorites?
Like, the main reason I even stream is to hear people talk about their Warhammer. I'm not going to judge you. That's the thing, too, is I also just... Weirdly enough, not having shame about the backlog also motivates me to not have one. I don't know. It just feels healthier. It's not like I'm... It's a thing I can kind of face down, honestly, and be like, oh, I have a lot of models in my backlog. I guess I should do a huge painting spree. It's not like... Shame is not very motivating for me, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
And I just find it unhealthy. The pile of shame thing is a funny joke, but like, it's okay to have a backlog. Everyone dies with a to-do list, but you know, like, for me, it's like, if I don't build it, I'm gonna sell it. And I don't want to ever have like too many models sitting in the backlog. If I'm buying new stuff, and if I do have a big backlog that I'm not painting, to me, I'm like, well, I should sell those before I move on to a new project, because I just don't want clutter. Anyway, I'm ranting about this. This is all probably pretty obvious advice. I should move on with the subject here. Let's take a hydrate.
Let's hydrate.
That's running dry.
I really need to get some water.
Can you refill mine when you go?
Yes, but I'm finishing up a Metric Fusion run, so I will do that when I get done.
Alright, let's go. Also, I don't know. I've never stopped experimenting with paint jobs. This was a messed up experiment. Look at this guy. Oh my god.
I forgot all about that.
He's been tanned to like leather. I mean, I think what happened here is I was trying to like go over this with like some transparent sepia, and then I just went a little heavy with the application and he got super screwed up, so now I'm just painting back over it. It's fine.
Do you think there is one weird orc who's like really into sunbathing?
Yeah, probably. I could see an orc having the little mirror thing.
Yeah, I think that'd be cute. I feel like there's one weird orc for every, like, strange hobby that you wouldn't expect the orcs to have, you know?
There's an orc called Talker. He's weird in that he occasionally gets visions of, like, he gets flashes of intelligence from, like, the orc ancestors of the orcs who are actually highly intelligent and developed. And, so he'll just, like, say some sci-fi shit, and then they'll be like, what? And he'll be like, I don't know either, man. I'll be like, okay.
Couldn't tell you.
They'll be like, it's possible that a wormhole opened due to the quantum flux in this location. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? And he's like, I don't know either, man.
Couldn't explain it to you.
It just happens.
So why aren't the
Beats
orcs
me, man.
as intelligent as their ancestors?
They fight too much and they kill each other when they're too young.
That's fair.
Yeah, so what it used to be, they were being babysat by the old ones who created them, at least, you know, all Warhammer lore is rumors, but the way the story goes is the understanding is that they were created by an ancient race as like a warrior, you know, species essentially, as a weapon, and that race kind of like dictated them and was the bosses and kind of kept them from, you know, killing each other and going to war prematurely, and kind of allowed them to develop. So orcs, not only when they fight, they get larger and they get stronger, but they also get more intelligent. And they don't normally notice that they're getting intelligent until they're almost a war boss, but, you know, like, war bosses are actually smart enough to make tactics. Like, not enough to be like, oh, I'm not gonna fight or I'm gonna retreat, but enough to be like, you know, if we go over there, I bet the fighting will be even better. This fighting kind of sucks. Let's go fight somewhere else, which is a crazy idea for an orc to have. But basically, Quarks were even larger than like war bosses would be. I mean, Quarks are larger than like the largest orcs that we have on the tabletop. And so they were all at a level of intelligence where they were capable of thinking tactically. And so all the younger orcs were basically like fighting each other, but they weren't allowed to like go out and kill, you know, die in a bunch of meaningless wars. They were being trained for, you know, actual purpose, And so that is believed to be what allowed them to be more intelligent. There's also, some people like to think that the Snotlings, who are the smallest and weakest of the orcs, were actually the intelligent ones, and the orcs just killed them too soon for them to get smart.
Damn.
Which is a very funny theory, but I don't think that's supported by lore. It's just funny to think that like they start off very weak and small like humans, and then they get big, then they get smart eventually. But because they're weak, small little babies, they just get turned into food or whatever by the orcs. They just get punched, or like shot out of guns, like
Jesus.
actually. And so like, yeah, some people like to joke about that. I don't think that's an actual theory, but it's just funny to say.
That's nuts.
Go-
Also,
yeah.
because you said that all the stuff you're about to tell me was based on rumors, I want now for there to be like a country singer who writes songs about like all the origins in Warhammer that are classified as like rumor, because that's basically like what people used to do.
Yeah, so Warhammer lore is all set in universe, and so it's intentionally a little bit loose, which not everyone realizes. Sometimes people get, yeah. Maybe you wouldn't realize that at first glance, but it's almost more like Lord of the Rings, where like it's intended to be like tales that are told in universe, and so there's a little bit of ability in it for things to change or be not canon, or to have multiple conflicting versions of canon. Especially with the Alpha Legion. Oh my god, that's their whole thing, is having multiple stories of how they came about. But yeah, so you know, it's all just theories. Anyway, Ravek, goal for January is build my 1,300 points for Eldari. Then for each month, build another army up to at least 1,000 points. Just hack away at my backlog.
How many models is 1,000 points?
It depends on the army. That's a lot of models, friend. I did that in October. Are you just talking about building, or are you talking about painting? Like, good lord, are you talking about building or painting there? Because I painted about 1,000 points worth of orcs in October, and it fucked me up. Like, I got so burnt out. Okay, just building. Yeah, I mean, that seems reasonable. That is a lot of models, but if you're just building them, that seems fine. I mean, as long as building them up to at least 1,000 points doesn't mean that you're also going to purchase a bunch of Warhammer. Just like arbitrarily deciding to build 12,000 points worth of Warhammer is not a financial decision I can advise personally, but you do you. Hey babe, can you do the water soon? I'm getting a little hoarse.
Yeah, I just finished what I needed to do. I just need to take a screenshot
Thanks.
of the in-game time.
I don't think I can afford a pony, so you should give me the water before I get a little hoarse, babe.
Whoa!
Anyway. Just subscribe.
Me?
Well, you subscribe. Thank you, baby.
Yeah, I realized that my Twitch... You have to, like, resubscribe every month if you're using Twitch
You
Prime.
do. I have 10 subscribers this month. That's amazing. Thank you, guys. That's
Dang.
so nice. Damn, baby, I'm making $20 this month. It's really
We're
nice,
eating good
honestly.
tonight.
Yeah, we're eating good tonight. It's really nice, honestly, that anyone supports me. I just joke about it sometimes, but oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll take some ice. Thanks. But yeah, the fact that anyone supports me doing this is honestly awesome. It's very motivating. Yeah, basically every cent that I make off this platform, I spend about 10 times as much as that, going back into the streams at this point. If I ever break even one day, I'll feel pretty accomplished. Let's see. My backlog supports this. This isn't with purchasing anything else. I definitely support you building your whole backlog then. Oh, thank you for joining the server. That's very nice. Welcome to the Discord, right? I'll say hi in a minute. The Discord has been very sleepy lately. I'm working on it. I'm still a very small streamer, and so I don't have like a ton of people to hang out in the Discord. But you're welcome to come post there. It's cool. I probably have to put more effort into actually maintaining the Discord. It's just there. Hello. Oh, Nitro, no, wait. Whoa. You okay? You hit yourself? Athena is alive, but seems to have hit herself. Oh, sorry. Ooh. Sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was worried about my fiance. Are you okay? Do you need me to come in? Do you need me to come in there? Okay. Sorry, I was worried about my fiance. Forget I said anything. Anyway. She hit herself with a cabinet, I think. That's very sad. I've done that. It's bad times. Yeah, that is a lot of Warhammer to have. What I will say, do you do magnetizing for storing? You should. But you should magnetize them as you're building them, I would say.
Only left you 1 minute early.
Thanks,
You
Nico.
definitely would have got nothing left for that.
You would have.
This food's effort.
Because, and I have publicly made fun of this idea before, but if you do those plastic containers with, like, the magnetic sheets on the bottom, that is actually a really good way to store a lot of miniatures. And, I just think they're silly because I was like, well, you know what else is magnetic? Metal. And then I bought metal for organizers, and, you know, it works. The DIY solution I came up with is not actually my favorite thing, and I might just purchase battle foam if I ever travel with a large army, to be honest. But yeah, magnetizing them is good. Other forms is a bit more rare. Okay, yeah, magnetizing bases is good. It makes it so easy to manage your minis. I magnetize all my stuff when I build it, and it just makes it super easy to handle during painting and such. I should have a magnetic paint handle, but I don't. I should get one of those.
Yeah, it's really funny. You bought the cookie sheets.
Yeah, I bought the cookie sheets. I built my own carrying case for my army, which the ambition was to make something that I could take on a plane. I kind of just ended up spending about the same money as a Jutochi case and not getting anything, and getting something just about as good. So I probably should have, like, you know, probably should have just bought the thing. But cookie tins actually are the really cheap way of doing it. That's actually how I carry around my small armies, like my kill teams and such. Cookie tins are still a good idea, and you should still think about doing them.
It's true.
If I do bring any army to Adepticon, it'll probably be like my kill team or my spearhead, and I will be using cookie sheets for that. Sorry, cookie tins for that.
Cookies, yeah.
What I built actually works adequately for, like, transporting in person. It's an interesting solution, at least. But, yeah, I don't know. I probably could have done something better in retrospect. I gotta do a follow-up on the video at some point. Let's go here. But yeah, glad to hear magnetizing is part of your process. It really is. As far as magnetizing weapon options, I don't do a ton of it, personally. Well, it's funny. I noticed some of the expensive kits, they actually build them for, like, being able to swap stuff out. At least the older Ork kits, I've noticed. Like, I mean, it could be the age of them, but the battle wagon, like, is actually very modular, even without needing magnets. I just bought some Mega Knobs for my birthday. I also had a gift card, and that was actually a really fun kit because all the hand options on that one are actually pegs, so they're press-on. So you can swap those out without even magnetizing. It's really sweet. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the Sagittar. This is interesting. So this hole already exists, so you just shave off this peg and you put a magnet there and you kind of, bang, instantly magnetized. It's a lot of the modular weapons seem to be built around the idea that you can, like, magnetize them or something. I could be wrong, but a lot of these things are actually very magnet friendly, or at least friendly toward the idea of being able to, like, swap parts out. The new kits, not so much. Good lord, the new kits are hard to magnetize, but the old Ork stuff is very modular. Nice. Although some of these ones, when I got them, like, the arms were magnetized, so they could switch out between, like, Choppas and Power Claws, and it's like, why? Just run the Power Claw. What are we doing? I mean, maybe Choppas used to be good, but it felt overkill. I dilute a lot of arms on my, like, cheaper Orks. But yeah, those Mega Knobs, absolutely, I magnetized those. Those things are expensive as hell. Saw the backyard test for rug chandelier just did. Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Especially because you forgot to put the foam in.
I did forget to put the foam in. It wouldn't have made much of a difference. Hey, all those models are fine now. I've fixed them all. I've painted them all, and it's okay. But yeah, I realized from that test pretty soundly that if I'm going to do any sort of like long distance travel like that, I really need to have foam trays. I actually have foam trays. I just need to use them. So if I ever do a big flight, that's the plan. I'm actually thinking if I go to Adepticon with a big army like in 2027, I'm not bringing a big army in 2026. It is 2026. I'm not bringing a big army this year. But if I bring a big army next year, I'm going to try and take the train. Because that would actually be like a really affordable way to get a lot of stuff in and out of the event.
Sure.
And I won't have to, hand it off to someone else. It'll just be with me the whole time. Yeah, I mean, Amtrak isn't like amazing. I'd probably not compare it to European trains. Y'all are probably asleep at this point. But from what I've heard, it's not great compared to the rest of the trains in the world, but it's great compared to what it used to be. And compared to flying, it's actually like,
It's great compared to having no trains at all.
It's great compared to having no trains. And apparently they've been getting quietly better for years, and they're actually okay right now. So like for the price of gas, you can basically not have to drive, assuming the train goes places you want to go.
Yeah.
And it does go to Milwaukee, so...
You too can go to Adepticon. From anywhere.
Now, the only downside to this is at present, it looks like I would have to ride in a coach seat on a sleeper train. Because that's the one thing they don't have is a lot of private cars for cheap. Private cars cost twice as much as plane tickets. Private cars cost like what a first class plane ticket costs these days. It's nuts. So, if I got a car, like if I got a roomette, I'd have to split it with someone in order to make it make sense. And even then it would be like as much as a flight. And at that point, maybe I fly. But if I feel up to, roughing it out in coach overnight while I sleep, on my way to a large event, if I decide to do that, maybe it's Amtrak, baby.
Maybe it's Amtrak.
Yeah. Yeah, Chicago's pretty far away from me, so my only option is really a sleeper train. Or Milwaukee, sorry. Only option's really a sleeper train. Still, beats driving.
Where you going, Chicago walkie?
Oh wait, I already read that one to Ladrin. Yeah. Alright, we got some boots. That's cool. Maybe I'll leave those leather. That's cool. Huh. Yeah, maybe this stream I only painted like 3 orcs. I don't know. What have I been on? I've been on for not even 2 hours. It's fine. Not time to give up yet.
Not gonna give up the ghost.
Yeah.
Go.
It's just good to be painting again and to be getting back in the swing of things. I had no idea what I wanted to paint earlier today. I was like struggling to think about it, and now I'm still doing the battle wagon, and that is cool. Because the battle wagon is cool and it has so many little bits to paint. So it's kind of fun to just plug away at it. Like, oh, I'm gonna do some checkerboards. Oh, I'm gonna do some orcs. I feel like this project would get super overwhelming if I wasn't just taking it in little chunks. My god, this is a large model. Look at the size of this thing, man. Like, it's bigger than my hand. Like, this is not a miniature at this point.
You made fun of me all day, all because of me trying.
Huge. This is like a normal vehicle. This is like a normal Warhammer vehicle. Look at this.
It's nuts. That's the real hammer of
That's
war.
wild. Ah, I need to book travel, and it's either train or plane. Oh yeah, where are you going? Or you don't have to share, but yeah, I'm kind of getting over plane travel personally. I'm kind of being like, yeah, this kind of sucks.
Well, especially because of the nightmare we had.
Even before that, I was kind of like, I kind of like having my dignity.
Yeah.
I like
Well,
having room. I'm a big lady, so it's nice to have leg room and not have to pay a premium for it.
I had mostly had positive flying experiences kind of before what happened to us.
Yeah, the weather was nuts around the holidays, so we had 2 canceled flights that we had to rebook the next day, which was terrible for holidays. But anyway, I didn't want to talk about that too much.
Yeah.
But Edinburgh to London. Oh, okay. Oh, we do have Europeans awake. Hello. Yeah, your trains are probably way better than ours. Edinburgh to London. Okay. A $30 plane ticket is wild. How is that even possible?
Did you do Spirit Airlines?
Did you like, yeah. Are they gonna put you in with like the animals or like live animals? Like they're gonna put you in a cage down in the baggage claim? Like how is that working? You hiding in a suitcase? I don't understand. Like it's $30 there, but $500 if you want to get back. Or sorry, £30. Ryanair. Oh, I've heard
Like
about
the
Ryanair.
The Spirit of Europe.
Oh boy. So, how much is it if you have to bring it back? In before 150 pounds.
It's a 6:45 a.m. flight out.
Okay.
That's not fun.
That is not fun. I did one of those when I went on a business trip to Mexico, and like I was at the airport at 4 a.m.
You sure were.
It's miserable. That's a good point. Baggage will probably double it. Yeah, that's the thing with Ryanair is that those budget airlines, that's how they get you. I think it's the same business model everywhere. The seat is cheap, but everything that goes with it costs extra. So if your bag is a little too large, then that screws it up, and you just end up getting nickel and dimed your way back to a normal airfare.
Yeah, if your airfare is cheap, you're paying for it another way.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Whether it be baggage or reliability. My parents used to take military hops to places. Which, if you're not really familiar with that, military planes go to a lot of places. And
if you're in the military,
if you're a part of the military and they have room, you can literally just get on a free flight.
Yeah.
It's not very comfortable because you're basically in a cargo plane.
Yeah, you're gonna jump seat in a cargo plane.
Yeah, but the thing about that too is that it's entirely dependent on if they have room. My parents once got stuck in London for 3 days because of that.
You're flying at the leisure of the U.S. government, so you know it's stuff can happen.
Yeah, I think I told you this story recently, but my parents did their honeymoon in London.
Yeah,
and they got stuck there for 3 days, and it was a while ago. So it was well before anyone really had access to like cell phones or email.
Mm-hmm.
Which meant that my mom, she was like, yeah, my workplace just had no clue where I was. Which is nuts. She's like, I mean, like, they were also ex-military, so we kind of figured they would understand, and they did, but like, I don't know, just couldn't tell anyone.
Yeah, that is wild. Like, well, I hope they're okay when we get back.
I hope they're still alive.
Yeah, that was the thing with baggage too, as I was looking at it. It's like if I check one bag, like if I check a bag with clothes and all this other stuff.
What are you doing?
What the hell?
Oh, he's got the post-eating zoomies.
No, stop it. Stop zooming. I looked at it though, so in addition to the airfare for a flight, if I was really going to travel with minis, it would be like $70, $35 to get a bag there, $35 to get it back. And then at best, I'd be able to carry like not a very big army for Orks, honestly. So the idea that I could just get like a huge case and just throw it on a train, baby. That's a nice thought right there. That's a nice thought. That's something I should try. But then I'd have to be in coach class for like 14 hours. Coach is fine, but I don't know if I'd want to sleep there.
Crackle's too good for coach.
Not too good for coach, but
it's a joke.
Any seat's gonna hurt your ass if you sit on it for 14 hours straight, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, my tailbone would get sore and numb, so I don't know if I want to do that. But anyway.
Traveling is really all about compromises.
It really is. Good lord. Why is everything about compromises?
Oh, you know,
Oh, you know,
It's just because that's
life.
what it is.
It's how it is. Yeah. Hmm.
You know how it is.
I do. I do indeed. Alright, folks, let's look at what we did tonight, because I might be out of energy to do more.
And that's
Actually,
okay.
that is okay. I'm still a little sleepy.
Remember to pace yourself this year. Everyone definitely had a lot of stuff to do over the holidays. So make sure that you're taking good care of yourself like Grackle is by leading by example.
These 3 Orky boys. 3 Orky boys. Look at them go. Yeah. So I got 2 gunners and I got this guy with the claw.
The claw.
And I forgot to put an eye on one of these guys, but you don't have eyes. But he's very, yeah. I'll do it later. I'll do it later.
It'll be fine. We'll do it later.
Anyway, okay, let's find someone to raid. I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye to the YouTube people. Goodbye, YouTube people. Thank you so many of you for like finding your way over here and watching tonight. I really appreciate it. So have fun watching the VOD, people. I don't know.
Thanks, y'all.
Hopefully my VODs don't annoy people. I doubt anyone's watching this far, but I worried that they're like driving people away from the channel. So if you do watch my VODs and that's not you, tell me so I feel better about it. Okay. Bye, YouTube.
Bye.